guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So today I have another episode in this series where I take you along with me on my collecting journey of trying to grow this video game collection, trying to do so without overspending and overpaying for all of these video game items out there. In 2021, people always tell me that it is so difficult to go out there and hunt for video games, but I'm here today to tell you that that is not true. I have found some amazing items over these past few months as I have been sharing the process with you guys. Every single Thursday I drop a new video on this series, and I have found so much stuff ranging from Sega, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, and more, and I have grown a pretty neat little game collection with only one trip to the thrift store. So if you guys have been following along, you have seen some amazing scores. Well, today I'm here to tell you about an amazing Facebook Marketplace score that I scored for only $50. So let's go ahead and check out everything that I picked up. So a little bit of a recap, as last week we actually scored some amazing items. Everything pretty much ranging all across the board. I scored some pretty awesome video game systems, and then I've had tons of duplicate items in my game little collection that I've had grown in this whole entire series. So pretty much last week I decided that I would go ahead and clean up the game collection. It was starting to get pretty dirty, pretty disorganized. There was just so much stuff kind of overlaying, and I just don't like looking at all of that clutter as I try and have everything in its original spot throughout the game room. So we had tons of duplicate items that I've already have around the game room. We have tons of duplicate games. So that Nintendo 64 bundle with all of those controllers and games, some of them I decided to take to a game store, and then some I decided to help a buddy out with his collection. Then that Sega Genesis system that didn't have the cables, I wasn't even sure if it worked, with a couple of those extra games that I had from that amazing pickup a while back. Then I had a Nintendo GameCube system with some extra games that I already have in the game collection. And then I even had an original Nintendo system, so that one I knew worked. I just didn't have any games to bundle with it, and I already made my money on that Super Nintendo lot. So I just had tons of duplicate items, duplicate systems that I decided to trade in. So last week we had about $205 left over. I did sell another one of those Nintendo Wii bundles for about $60. Some of those duplicate games, those bonus disc games that I wasn't really too thrilled about, some of the ones that I already had tons of in my game collection. So that brought us up to about $265, and then of course I took everything to the game store and then with a buddy of mine. So we made about $415 for all of that stuff, all of those duplicate items, duplicate games, systems, and everything else. So now we have a grand total of $680 coming into this week. So we are doing very well on money, and this bundle that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for only $50 will definitely blow your mind, as I was just as excited when I saw everything in the car. So this is just so amazing. I can't believe this person actually posted this for sale for only $50. So pretty much this episode will be everything that I picked up in this massive lot. It definitely has some quality titles in it and a few surprises along the way. So when I was on Facebook Marketplace, I saw that this post had posted just a few minutes prior. I saw that they had PlayStation 2 bundle for about $50. It said that it came with tons of games, tons of loose disc games. It only showed the sides of some of the games, so it only showed like this, just the little black cases, but it didn't show what games they were, and I just didn't feel like asking, as it said that it had tons of loose games. It came with multiple controllers, multiple memory cards, and the system. So I figured that I could go ahead and take this system, and worst case scenario, just trade it in at the game store, as they do give a pretty decent price for PlayStation 2s. And I figured that maybe some of these games, even if they are loose discs, maybe they're decent, as it advertised that they had child games, teen games, and adult games. So when I went to the door to go ahead and pick up this bundle, they actually had the box for it. So that was surprise number one, as this was not shown in the ad at all. It shows the PlayStation 2 online pack includes network adapter. So this was so cool because I did not have this particular box in the set. On the back here, it shows all of these different accessories. It shows tons of games on the back. We have My Street, we have this auto game, Amplitude, a sports game, EverQuest, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, Midnight Club 2, SOCOM, Twisted Metal. So just some pretty awesome games included. It has this box, and I was just so thrilled because that is definitely pretty sweet. Anytime someone has the original box, is usually that means that they care for their items and they try and keep some of the extras. Then I saw that it had 3. So right here we have 2, and then we have a third PlayStation 2 controller. These are just so difficult to find. Usually game stores near me have them for $20 to $30 or so. So this is definitely pretty sweet to find all of this. Everything looks like it's in very good shape. They said that they got this whole thing for their kids, and their kids wanted nothing to do with video games. So that is just crazy to me that they were just willing to get rid of everything. Then it came with a couple of these memory cards. So we have 2 original ones for the PlayStation 2, just these black memory cards, and then we have this little clear green color memory card. Then there's this little wireless receiver, which usually these go for particular controllers. So I'll have to try and figure out what this one goes to. And then of course we have the system itself. We have all of the cables here. So this is definitely a win. And I was definitely thrilled because this thing is in very good shape. It doesn't really look like it's too dusty. Everything is in pretty decent condition. No scratches, no dirt. And then it even has this little attachment right on the back here. So this is definitely pretty sweet. Doesn't even look like it's been opened at all. So hopefully everything works. And even if it doesn't, this lot was so amazing. So in a little tiny box they had this whole thing right here with tons of games for the PlayStation 2. So here we have Mortal Kombat, we have Shaolin Monks, we have Tekken 4, there's even Spider-Man Friend or Foe, Spider-Man 2, we have Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, the Golden Compass, Onimusha 2, we have Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, we have Mortal Kombat Armageddon, we even have this 7 Samurai games. Some of these are just great titles, even as these loose discs. We have Genji, Dawn of the Samurai, Mercenaries, Avatar The Last Airbender. We have Jet Li, Rise to Honor, Matrix, Path of Neo, Marvel Superhero Squad, Ghost Rider, Shadow of Rome, Resident Evil Outbreak. We have this Dark Watch game. Some of these I've never even heard of, and some of these I just know briefly from out there hunting for games. I just know that some of these are like $20, $30 titles by themselves. We have the sports game NBA Live 2005, Siphon Filter, Dark Mirror, Black. We have Delta Force, Black Hawk Down Team. We have 25 to Life, Rocky, Superman Returns, Frogger 2 for the original PlayStation. We have some of these games which are doubles in my collection. We have Mac Davis, Pro Bass Challenge, Genji, Dawn of the Samurai, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. We have Fight Night Round 2, Jack 3, Arctic Thunder, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Madden 06, Burnout 3, Tekken Tag Tournament, Tekken 4, Madden 07, SOCOM 3, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, Driver. We have Max Payne, Gran Turismo 3, Hitman 2, 50 Cent Bulletproof, 007 Nightfire, GoldenEye Rogue Agent, 007 Agent Under Fire, Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain. We have 2 of those. This Tom Clancy Splinter Cell game, Ratchet Deadlocked. We have Medal of Honor European Assault. We have Devil May Cry 3, Urban Reign, a great fighting game. We have Dark Summit, MX vs. ATV, X-Men Legends, Wally. We have Castlevania Lament of Innocence, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And then a couple PlayStation games. We have the Soul Blade and Monsters Inc. So if there are any games in this lot that you guys highly recommend, just let me know. Just seeing this with all of these pretty awesome games, there's tons of Capcom titles, there's tons of Mortal Kombat games in here, just some favorites, some classics. I just always love playing these Tekken games, Mortal Kombat games. Then of course, some of these other ones like Seven Samurai I've never heard of. This Mercenaries game was always fun. We have Shadow of Rome, which is a Capcom title. Some of these other Dark Watch. We have Resident Evil Outbreak. Just some really solid titles in this mix. Some really fun games as well. Just so many that I just can't believe that I saw. So this is definitely pretty cool. Some of these are duplicate games, so I'll definitely have to either trade these to a buddy of mine or probably bring them in the game store. I'll keep some of the ones that I don't have, but I usually try to go for full complete games. Well, there was actually a stack of games as well. So this is definitely pretty sweet because when I saw one of these titles, try and guess what it is, I just went crazy. So here we have this Grand Theft Auto 3. So this seems to be a pretty common game that pretty much everyone has, as I've gotten tons of these so far. We have this ATV Off-Road Fury 2 game, which was definitely a classic. One of those fun games that I used to play with family members. Just so much fun. We have this Greatest Hits of Ace Combat 04 Shattered Skies. Then we have Family Guy Video Game. So this I knew nothing about, so this one will be interesting to see. Then we have this Namco Museum. This is the 50th anniversary, so it says 14 classic arcade hits like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, Rally X, Pole Position 2. There's Dragon Spirit, Rolling Thunder, Mappy, Sky Kid, just so many more classics on this list. Then we have the SpongeBob SquarePants the movie game. This one also had this little Nick arcade game CD included in here. It also came with the manual and then this little Secrets Revealed for Nick Gamer magazine. So it has some pretty cool things about all of these classic Nicktoons in here. So I thought that this was pretty cool, and it shows off some more games. Now this last game was the one that I saw, and I knew that this lot was worth it immediately. Here we have this Silent Hill 2 game. So this one is complete. It says The Silence is Broken. Such a classic. This is about almost a $100 game. So here we have this manual right here. Everything is in mint shape. We have this game disc as well. I just could not believe that this was in here. So this definitely made up for this whole entire lot here. And the second that I saw this game kind of scattered in, I knew that I would strike gold because that is definitely a solid title right there. Definitely one that people try and salt out for. And this is just so cool. So I just can't be any happier to find this PlayStation 2 system, 3 controllers, 3 memory cards, this extra adapter on the back, the original box for all of this, some games that are in cases with their manuals, and then tons of games in this little booklet. I know that there has to be over 50 or so I'll definitely have to try and count and see how many there are. So overall, with 70 games, several being complete in-box games, and even the Silent Hill 2 game, this was definitely a score in my book. Which games did you see in this little binder here that you highly recommend? I know all of these Mortal Kombat games have always been fun, definitely classics. Some of these beat-em-up style games, the Resident Evil Outbreak game, just some other pretty awesome Capcom titles in here. Just let me know in the comments below which games you highly recommend, which games you remember playing back in the day, and do you guys think that I made out on this awesome $50 Facebook Marketplace score? Just let me know in the comments below some of the items that you have picked up, some of the items that you just really enjoyed seeing in this pickup, and of course, I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys still can game hunt in 2021. You can still find those deals. You just have to be pretty quick when you're searching on Facebook Marketplace, and there are still people out there just trying to get rid of things. They said that because their kids weren't interested in games and them moving, they just needed to get rid of everything as they are just trying to go through tons of their stuff. So I definitely made out with this lot. This game by itself is worth close to $100 or so. So I just can't believe it, and I just scored some gold here. So here we had about $680 coming into this week, and now we have $630 going into next week. So that was definitely pretty awesome, as I went through and cleaned up tons of the duplicate items, and now I have tons of these duplicate items, a couple games here as well, and also the system with a couple controllers that I can potentially bundle for sale. I do have some other things listed. I still have a Wii system listed for sale. I also have the PlayStation 2 bundle listed for sale and the Xbox 360 bundle listed. I have to get a couple parts in to go ahead and bundle some of the other systems as well. And of course, I'm always finding more items. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.